Hi, just another quick one. Sealioning, how to deal with the time-wasting troll tactic we are all tired of. Um, this is fair use, this is for educational purposes. There's no monetary gain being made, it's for educational purposes. Have you heard of sealioning? If you have encountered trolls online, there's a good chance that you've come across it. The term sealioning, coined by David Malky in his webcomic Wondermark, describes someone who pretends to be clueless about an issue in order to waste your time. It can be frustrating to go around in circles with them, and you have got better things to do. But this, I think, like I said, I haven't found no evidence of paid trolls using this tactic, but I think they are, because they want to wind you up and make you swear and get you angry and stuff like that. That's their intention. So when onlookers come along and look, they think, oh, what this to do? Look at him, he's how angry he is and triggered he is and stuff like that. That's their job, to get you triggered, to waste your time, going backwards and forwards here online with this sea lining technique, yeah? Tactic, what you want to call it. So try these tips next time a troll tries to sea lion into your conversation. The tail of the sea lion. Make this a little bit bigger so you can see it a bit better. Time-wasting trolls drowning activists in notifications. In 2014, David Malky coined the term sealioning in his webcomic Wondermark. The term is used by activists and educators to describe a type of internet troll who pretends to be clueless. So they pretend cluelessness about an issue in order to waste the time and attention of activists, frustrate them, and sap their emotional energy. Sea lions are cool mammals, but people who participate in sealioning are really irritating. So here are some techniques for dealing with them. I'm not saying do this, take it upon yourself what you want to do, make your own mind up. This is the information I'm putting out. Number 1, do not engage. If you don't want to explain something, you don't have to. It takes a lot longer to refute a ridiculous claim, what they're making, by trying to attach strawman fallacy, propaganda, disinformation, maps and models, and stuff like that. Than it does to make such a claim, and you are under no obligation to spend your time responding to Fox News talking points or to any of these trolls talking points. Mainstream media, propaganda, strawman fallacy, maps and models, disinformation, mainstream media bullshit, basically. And even some of the other so-called flat earthers, whatever that means, putting stuff out there. Some of them either do it because they haven't got a clue, or some do it because they're doing it for a reason, because they're pushing an agenda. Yeah, they're agent provocateurs and stuff like that. On both so-called sides. Not that there is sides, because that's a false dichotomy. There is no sides. Objective reality is singular. Doesn't matter about this bit here, about wage caps are a myth and stuff. That don't really matter, that bit. Now we're going to the next bit here. Number 2, redirect them. Sea lions accuse people of being unwilling to defend their own beliefs or refusing to answer questions. They do that a lot. They're like, oh, well, you're refusing to answer and all this lot, so I've won and stuff like that. No. Try and make it look like you're refusing to answer, although you've answered them by saying, look, stop attaching straw men, stop attaching propaganda and disinformation and stuff like that to me. Trying to attach that to me. Trying to attach that to this subject, then you might get somewhere. Be intellectually honest and you might get somewhere. Yeah? Stop being weak-minded, falling for propaganda and bullshit and disinformation, and you might get somewhere. Yeah? Back to number 1 again, where it just says, basically, do not engage. Well, it's a good idea not to engage, but then the onlookers are going to come along and see that comment, and they're going to think, well, yeah, and they're going to be swayed by that. So for me, I do it because of the onlookers that are coming along and seeing that comment, or seeing the comments by these sea lioning trolls, paid agents, whatever you want to call them, yeah, traitors to the common man and woman, I'd call them. I'd call them traitors to the common man and woman, yeah. There's no other word for it. Basically, they'd what they call it. That's if they're actually paid agents. If they're not, if they're just genuine idiots, then fair enough, they're just useful idiots, you know what I mean? But then basically, You don't have to engage, but it's better to do so, in my opinion, because then it doesn't sway onlookers. You know what I mean? From what they're saying and what they're putting. You have to refute what they're saying. But then you can get dragged down in, like, I've seen some of them, I've been in some, there's been like 100 comments. You're like, Jesus Christ. That is sealioning. It's to bog you under, bog you down and bog you under with all that irrelevant fucking propaganda, logically fallacious, sophist shite. Yeah? Redirect them. Sea lions accuse people of being unwilling to defend their own beliefs. I haven't got beliefs. I don't believe anything. I try and know. If I don't know, I'll just say, I don't know. Then I'll go and have a look and see if I can find out. I don't have beliefs. Like I keep saying, they're a mind virus. They stop you from progression. They hold you back. Once you have a belief, you stop looking. Someone comes along with evidence and proof against your belief. You get a bit of cognitive dissonance, and then your Dunning-Kruger starts to come out and stuff like that. Trying to defend stuff you haven't got a clue about. You know what I mean? Give them a link to a master post or well-researched article. Tell them how they can learn more about the subject and ask them to make a good faith effort to understand the subject before they engage you again. They're not going to. They're not there to do that. They're not there to be intellectually honest. Yeah, they're there to be intellectually lazy and intellectually dishonest. That's their job. That's what they're there to do. Ask questions. Ask them questions. But then they turn around and put it back. They go, oh, well, you're answering a question with a question and all this lot. Well, yeah, because you're what they call it. You're trying to use straw man fallacy, propaganda, disinformation maps and models. Mainstream media propaganda maps and models. Trying to attach them to this subject and everything else. Yeah. So I'm asking you, what preconceived ideas do you have and stuff like that? Yeah. What propaganda, what bullshit, what disinformation have you fallen for? Like you're trying to attach to this subject. Because it's making you look unintelligent and weak-minded for falling for it. Yeah. If the sea lion doesn't seem like they are making a real attempt to understand the issue and refuses to answer your questions, seriously engage with your requests for information, or responds to your questions with more questions, the conversation is probably a waste of time. Yeah, because they're paid to do that. Who buy it? I don't know who buy. Could be any big corporation that've got a lot of monetary gain to lose, a lot of money to lose, because they've got a lot invested in it. Could be governments, government agents. They could be big corporations that have got a lot to lose. Yeah. Tag team. Ask your friends who have the energy to chime in to join the conversation. Just make sure nobody wastes too much time on the argument. Sea lions often head for calmer waters when with group solidarity. Not always, because like I said, it's the job. If it's the job, they're not going to run away. They're going to keep going. It's their job to keep going. Yeah, they get paid for it. If they do run away, when a few of you chime in and say, well, look, you know what I mean? Excuse me, I got an itchy eyeball. And there's a few that chime in and they run away, then fair enough, it's just a genuine troll. But if they carry on, to me, that's a paid troll. They're not just going to carry on. You know what I mean? Troll them right back. If you are sure the sea lion is a troll and not someone legitimately looking for information, respond to their cluelessness with cluelessness of your own. Eventually they'll float away. After all, if someone is that lost, sometimes the answer is just to keep swimming. Perhaps these tips will help to shore up your arguments, and I'd apologise for the puns, but it just seems shellfish to clam up about them. Well, that's it. That's that one. I'll have to deal with the time wasting troll tactic we are all tired of. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.